Hi friends, and welcome back to Handcrafted Resilience. I'm Brianna, and I have postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, or POTS, as well as a host of other chronic conditions that I live with on a daily basis. So, quick update since last time. This past week was pretty busy. First of all, I went to see my cardiologist. Remember, the guy that I said was the best in the country when it comes to POTS? Well, I can confirm he still is. He changed up some of my medications and he took the time to listen to all of my concerns. Overall, it was a great appointment. I'm sure you're all wondering how my EEG results turned out though. Well, my doctor finally called me and said I had some seizure activity in my right temporal lobe, as well as some activity that wasn't caught on the EEG, so they want me to do a video EEG to get more information. Basically, I'll be admitted to the hospital for a few days, and they'll monitor me for more seizure activity. So I'm just glad they finally caught something on the results. At least this is a step in the right direction of figuring out what this could be. My doctor and cardiologist and neurologist don't think it's seizures related to POTS, so they want to know what's causing them. Other than that, though, it's been a pretty normal week. I did have about 5 seizures, though, and 3 syncope or fainting episodes, which compared to the 15 I had initially, I guess isn't too bad, but the seizures are still very worrying. So, now on to today's video. Today's video is going to be a little different, a little heavier, but I think it's something that really needs to be talked about. I've spent the last few years navigating life with chronic conditions like POTS, Ehlers-Danlos Syndrome, mast cell activation syndrome, and seizures. And through it all, I've had some amazing support, but also a lot of moments that left me feeling dismissed, confused, and honestly, hurt. This video is for anyone who's walked out of a doctor's office feeling like they weren't heard, like they had to fight just to be believed. You aren't alone, and I want to share what I've learned, what I wish doctors understood, and why I keep showing up anyway. The reality is, the system just isn't built for people like us. Chronic illness, especially the kind that doesn't have a clear-cut test result, doesn't fit neatly into a chart. And so often, when something is so complex, doctors either try to oversimplify it or just ignore it altogether. I've been told it's just anxiety. I've been told I'm too young to have this many issues. I've been told, I look fine, as if that cancels out everything I'm going through. And what makes it worse? It's not always intentional. I think sometimes providers do care. They just don't know what to do when you're not textbook. I'll never forget one of my lowest points. I had gone in for an EEG, hoping to finally get answers about my seizures. The test itself was fine, but when they took the glue out of my hair, the technician laughed and said, "Now you look like you're ready for Halloween." It wasn't just the comment, it was the fact that he didn't even try to help me clean it out. I ended up shaving my head that afternoon in tears. It was the only way. Or the time I traveled out of state to see a specialist at a dysautonomia clinic. I thought, this is it. This is where I get the answers. Instead, I was told I didn't even have POTS, even though I had been diagnosed twice, and I was sent home with no real plan. I felt like the door had been slammed in my face. Those are the kinds of things that stick with you, the kinds of moments that make you question yourself, when you should be questioning the system. I wish doctors understood how exhausting it is to retell your story every time you walk into a new office. I wish they understood how vulnerable it feels to hope and how crushing it is when that hope gets ignored. I wish they could admit when they don't know something and still help anyway. And more than anything, I wish they saw the whole person, not just the symptoms, not just the chart, me. Because I'm not looking for pity. I'm looking for partnership. I'm looking for progress. If you've ever felt like this, if you've had an experience where you were brushed off or misdiagnosed or made to feel small, I want you to share your story in the comments. This is a space where we can believe each other, a space where healing isn't just about the body, it's about being heard. I want to hear from you. What do you wish doctors understood? What's something you've had to advocate again and again? Thank you so much for being here. These kinds of videos aren't always easy to film, but they're important because awareness starts with real stories like ours. If you found this video helpful, or if it resonated with you, please give it a like, a share, or comment below. It really helps find people like this kind of content. And if you're new here, again, hi, I'm Brianna. I create art, raise awareness about chronic illness, and I try to build a space where handcrafted and human resilience come together. Next week, I'll be sharing a new clay slab, and I'll talk about how I plan on health and creating, and even on tough days. So be sure to subscribe if that sounds like something you love. And I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.